वेलकम टू वीलर्न। वीलर्न में आपका स्वागत है।
कनेक्ट नहीं हुआ ये।
अरे
ओके, यू कैन स्टार्ट।
भानु सर कर्तन दबा दूंगा मैं, सुधर जाओ। वेलकम टू वीलर्न। वीलर्न में आपका स्वागत है। सब्जेक्ट इंडियन इकोनॉमिक्स, सेशन नंबर 4। टॉपिक टू बी कवर्ड इन दिस सेशन: वेरियस थ्योरीज ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स, concept of these theories, and now big push theory. This theory is an investment theory which stresses the condition of takeoff. The argumentation is quite similar to the balanced growth theory, but emphasis input on the need for a big push. The investment should be of a relatively high minimum in order to reap the benefits of external theories or economies. Only investments in big complexes will result in social benefits exceeding social cost. High priority is given to infrastructural development and industry, and this emphasis will lead to governmental development planning and influence. And now theory of development poles. The promotion of regional development centers will serve as focal point and incentive for further development. Such as regional concentration helps to reap the benefits of technological external economies and makes the growth center attractive to entrepreneurs, thus initiating further development. This theory is a sort of regional unbalanced theory or unbalanced growth theory which uses temporary regional imbalances to initiate development. Little attention is given to the process which is necessary to ensure a spread or linkage from the centers to the hinterland, without which the pools may transform the economy of the region into a dual economy. Theory of circular causation. Myrdal opposes the strategy of development poles because social systems and economic process do not develop towards an equilibrium, but on the contrary, factors tends to cumulate to positive or negative cycles. Under laissez-faire conditions in developing countries, there is a tendency toward a negative cumulation. In principle, Myrdal's theory is a negative of the monocausal explanation of problems of developing countries by economic factors alone. Rather, in a comprehensive way, all social relations have to be incorporated. At national level, different stage of development between regions as well as international level trade between industrialized and developing countries, differences tend to increase because of the spread effect in the more developed areas and modern sectors, and backwards effect in backward areas and traditional sectors. Theory of circular causation. For instance, industrial import goods are in competition with the traditional crafts. Term of trade deteriorate, capital is being transferred, etc. The direction of processes depend on the initial situation and the factors causing the change. Under the conditions in developing countries, increased regional dualism often is a consequence of such processes of circular causation. social psychological theories. In the dualism and economic strategy theories discussed so far, underdevelopment and development are explained by economic factors alone, while individual or group values and motivations are neglected. The social psychological theories consider these very factors as main determinants of underdevelopment and development. Thus, they add a new component to the discussion because they reduce the causes to aspect of one discipline like economic theories. They are partial explanation as well. Sociological explanation of socio-economic change. One of the earliest and widely discussed concept is treatise, Protestant ethics and the spirit of capitalism, in which combines psychological and sociological variables with economic development. Because of its determination of the value systems of societies, he put primary importance on religions. According to Weber, the Protestant religion was a precondition for capitalistic development for two reasons. Protestant ethics led to an ascetic lifestyle which, instead of advocating affluence, reinvested the proceeds as well. It is the basis of reasonalism or rationalism and goal achievement behavior, while a value system which motivates economic development can hardly be limited to Protestantism. Weber's stress on values and the resulting motivation influenced later thought. In more recent times, economic development is a result of tension and unrest in societies. Theories of social change. Following Maxiline concept that a level of development is correlated with achievement motivation. Hazen tried to explain why this achievement motivation varies between societies and their classes and strata. He argues that in traditional societies, the status of individuals is fixed. Children learn to act according to established norms, and deviations or initiatives are punished. If by external influences a new group gains power, the status of the old elite is challenged and weakened. The insecurities and frustration lead to changed behavior, which has consequences on the family structure. Children tend to become dissatisfied with the society and readily accept new values. In time, they become innovative personalities. If these persons become dominant group in the society, this causes economic development. Dependency theory. According to dependency theories, the cause of underdevelopment is the dependency on industrialized countries, while internal factors of developing countries are considered irrelevant or seen as symptoms and consequences of dependency. The development of industrialized countries and the underdevelopment of developing countries are part of one historical process. Developing countries are dependent countries. The economic and political interest of industrialized countries determine their development or underdevelopment. The goals are superimposed. Underdevelopment is not backwardness but international downward development. As to the cause of dependence, the various theories differ, economic factors always dominating. External trade theories concentrate on economic relations between countries. Imperialism theories stress the politico-economic interest, while dependencia theories concentrate on the deformation of interest or internal structures by dependence, which perpetuates the situation. External trade theories. The structure of supply and demand in industrialized and developing countries is such that industrialized countries are able to reap the benefits from international trade. This transfer of resources makes development impossible, and these unequal trade relations are seen as the reasons for underdevelopment. Theories of circular deteriorations of terms of trade. The structure of supply and demand is such that industrialized countries offer industrial products and buy raw products, and the developing industries do the reverse. According to Engel's law, the demand for raw materials tends to be inelastic, while the demand for industrialized goods is elastic. The technological progress in the production of industrialized goods not only makes it possible for industrial countries to increase their incomes and thus the standard of living, but because of the elastic demand on the world market also to enforce higher price. Theories or theory of immiscerizing growth. This theory follows the argumentation of the theory of circular deteriorations of terms of trade and concludes that countries, in order to improve their balance of trade, have to increase their export to compensate for falling prices. This means a further deterioration of terms of trade. The unchanged structure of supply intensifies the structural dependency, and regardless of growth, there is no development but only immiscerizing growth. This situation is especially pertinent for countries with agrarian monoculture. Imperialism theory. The imperialism theory explains the domination of underdeveloped areas by industrialized countries as the consequences of different economic and technological levels and unequal power potential resulting from a different economic growth. The consequences of the development of industrial capitalistic societies is a pressure for expansion which may lead to military or political acquisition or colonies, or to maintaining economic dependency developing countries. Different theories have their own explanation of the reason for the pressure for expansion, but it is always seen as the result of the inability to cope internally with the consequences of permanent technological innovation and their effect on the society. The desire for profit maximization causes production beyond the need of internal market and lead to the establishment of new markets in underdeveloped areas. Here, the auto check production and market are being destroyed, and thus unemployment is exported to underdeveloped areas. The thesis of classical imperialism theory has been disproved empirically. New imperialism theories therefore postulate the dependency theorem with a new explanation of exploitative relations. The new phases of relation between industrialized and developing countries can be called technological industrial dependency. Industrial countries invest in the production and export of raw materials in developing countries influencing with their potential of power the terms of trade in their favor, and thus perpetuate the international division of labor, while imperialism is seen as a phenomenon of capitalism, and these theories are based on Marxian concepts. The fact remains, nevertheless, that communist countries also participate in the exploitation of developing countries by accepting the advantages of the world market. Dependencia theory, the multitude of approaches combined under the heading dependencia, like imperialism theories, are based on the assumptions of an external dependency of the developing countries, which makes exploitation possible. However, while imperialism theories hold the dependency relations to be directly responsible for the exploitation of developing countries, the dependencia theories develop this concept further. They postulate that external dependencies lead to an internal structural deformation which perpetuates the external dependency. This asymmetric integration caused structural changes in the peripheral societies. An economy oriented towards the requirement of the industrial countries and a functional dependency of the traditional sector on this export-oriented sector. The dynamics of reproduction of the modern sector in developing countries are similar to those of industrialized countries, thus leading to an extreme stratification. Externally oriented elites and marginalized masses. General theory of development. All the theories discussed in the last session are only partial theories. They explain certain aspects but do not fully explain the cause of underdevelopment. The explanation is more adequate for certain historical situations and specific conditions of production, while they are less relevant for others. They offer a strategy for overcoming the prevailing situations and initiating development, which may be suitable under certain economic and social conditions, but are not applicable to others. A general theory of development is still lacking. And now do it yourself. Explain various theories of economics, how these theories are important for development of nations. And that's it from session number 4. Thank you.